What's up? Oh my god. Well, somebody is a little bit grumpy. Alright, what's up lords and ladies? Welcome back to another video on this channel. So in today's video, we're going to be giving you an update on Miracle. Now, as you can see, she currently has her mouth open. The minute I got near her, she automatically got into this kind of defensive mode. As you can see, she doesn't want anything to do with me. Yep, she's just going to walk away from the camera. But basically, you know, I've been still trying to tame her down, and a lot has been working. I would say about 9 times out of 10, she is okay. There's those rare moments where she acts a little bit like this, and usually this happens in the afternoon when she is hungry. For some reason, just that hunger kicks in and she becomes very grumpy. I don't blame her, as I don't know what she's trying to do. Miracle, come here. So she normally acts this way usually when she gets hungry. Now, of course, even I get a little bit grumpy when I'm a little bit hungry, but she definitely does. So what I've been trying to do is squeeze in an extra meal or two, even though she doesn't want to eat it. So I'm gonna kind of bug her, even though I normally don't feed her like this, but this is a way that you could kind of get your bearded dragon maybe to eat if they haven't been eating much, which lately her appetite has been there. She just hasn't been interested in food, which is very weird because, you know, you would think she's hungry, she wants to eat, but she doesn't want to eat as much as she normally does. Could be the temperature changing, it could be so many other things. I'm just letting it be because she did just come off a big shed, and it looks like her arms are still in shed, so you could see right there, and even her face has a bit of shed as well. So, you know, it's one of those things, you know, she didn't shed for a very long time. You know, she's really tiny for her age. So now that she's growing, it almost seems like every single day she's shedding somewhere new. So if you guys are experiencing this, which I honestly think Miracle is a very rare case, most bearded dragons that, you know, have a rough start at the beginning normally don't make it this far. You know, they either don't eat well, and that's basically the end of it, or they just can't function and move properly. So I'm really hoping that she isn't going through any other complications internally. You know, sometimes bearded dragons, whoa. Sometimes bearded dragons may have smaller organs because of, you know, how they were born, and you may not be able to tell, but once they become a couple months old, you know, their heart or their liver just can't keep up with their body, and that causes them to basically perish, which honestly I really hope and pray that everything goes well with her. And I really have high hopes because lately, like I said, her appetite has been there, she's been shedding, but she's been very grumpy. So I haven't been able to do much with her like I planned to be doing. Like handling her, taking her out for a bath. I've been just letting her be and letting her eat. And even though she only technically eats crickets, I've been trying even feeding her mealworms, which, by the way, I don't really recommend feeding your baby bearded dragon mealworms, but I just wanted to see if she would eat something different, because she's only been eating crickets, and, you know, even veggies, she doesn't really want to eat them much. So I've been trying different things, even mealworms that I normally wouldn't feed. She doesn't seem to be interested in them either. As you can see, she just closes her eyes. So been trying little tiny things. She did eat earlier today, but that's about it. I tried feeding her just now and she didn't want to eat. So I'm very curious to, you know, maybe see if, you know, if there's anything else that I'm missing when it comes to taking care of her, because there's been certain things that have been worrying me about her, like maybe her organs and her insides being too small, and that alone would be not a good thing. Now, when it comes to taking care of a bearded dragon like Miracle that Really, I don't have much experience in the case of, you know, she was born from a moldy egg and she might have some complications. And I really don't know many bearded dragons out there that have made it this far, that just have maybe minor problems. You know, I've been treating her like my other bearded dragons by giving them calcium, giving her food, but it just seems like her appetite stops at a limit. Most bearded dragons, when they're small, they could eat 10, 15 crickets, no problem, and just eat and eat and eat. With her, even the smallest crickets that I could find, she'll eat 2 or 3 and then she stops. So I'm very curious to find out if she has any complications internally. Now, I've been talking to a few other people and they've, you know, said that could be the case because many times, you know, the lack of nutrients from an egg may cause them to have improper growth, even from the start, because I've been tracking her down, you know, from the start, week 1, day 1, fresh out of the egg, and it just seemed like she just was giving me troubles since the start. But I'm very hopeful because she has been eating regularly. Almost every single day she eats, just doesn't eat as much. So I'm really hoping that at least she grows to be a little bit bigger. Miracle. She definitely has the energy. God damn. And because she's going, oh, calm down. And because she, you know, is going through shed, she's going through this phase of just having attitude. So what I find the best thing to do, and I've mentioned it in other videos, is just to let them be. Don't handle them as much, and maybe just from there, you know, try to build their bond again. As you can see, I'm kind of just putting my hand in there, even though she's not liking it. And that way, yeah, she's not liking it. So I'm gonna back off. But what you want to do is kind of still interact with them. Just don't overdo it. If you see your bearded dragon getting mad like this, then you want to back off. In this case, I don't like messing around with her because she's already having complications eating. So I don't want to jeopardize her not eating just because I want to hold her. So I've been letting her be. She's a little bit on the wild side. She is also Wilbert's daughter. So she's on that wild side already. It's in her genetics. So I much rather her be crazy for food than crazy when she sees me just pull out a camera and want to record a video. So you want to find that fine balance when it comes to taming a bearded dragon. If your bearded dragon's eating, is healthy, gives you no problems, then go ahead, try to tame them down and hold them as much as you want, or, you know, have a schedule for when you are holding them. But in this case, my main concern is to get her eating on a routine and healthy versus me just holding her and having my own kind of pleasure, I guess, of being able to hold a bearded dragon. If I wanted to hold a bearded dragon, I might as well go hold Wilbert. But what I'm going to be doing is kind of just going in there and just checking her out, because I haven't really been holding her, so I don't know what her limbs are like. I don't know exactly how her health is per se when it comes to bone structure and everything else. It definitely seems like nothing is too out of the ordinary. Oh my gosh, she's running around. Come here. So it doesn't she's mad. So it doesn't really seem like bone wise she's having any problems moving, but she's definitely needs some food. Like, she needs to just grow already. So I'm gonna let her grow at her own pace. But damn, man, I'm really starting to get worried because she's not growing like a normal bearded dragon. At this point, it's almost at that point where it's, you know, it might be too late. So hopefully I'm still able to keep, you know, recording these videos to help you guys, and I'm always going to keep you guys updated and keep it real with you. You know, I could have been one of those, you know, people on YouTube and just kind of hid, you know, her and be like, oh yeah, what bearded dragon? But for me, I much rather people learn. This is something that happens even in the wild. I really had no control over the fact that she was born from a moldy egg. I really didn't even think the egg was gonna make it, and lo and behold, Miracle was born. That's why I named her Miracle, because she's a miracle bearded dragon. So as long as she's eating, drinking water, and living, and it doesn't seem like she's even has a worry in the world. I don't even think she knows she's a little bearded dragon. She's probably the smallest bearded dragon in the world. I really don't know at this point. But I honestly, you know, she doesn't know anything. She's eating, she's doing everything fine. So I'm just gonna keep it that way. But let me know in the comment sections down below, what type of videos would you like for me to do? Because even though I've been taking care of bearded dragons for my whole entire life, when it comes to a topic of a bearded dragon that has complications like Miracle, it's a little bit tricky to talk about because I don't know exactly what's going on with her. I try to feed her and she just backs up. She eats, and you know, my routine may change. So I really hope that some of you guys have some questions that I could, you know, make videos about, as well as, you know, help anyone out there who may have a bearded dragon similar to Miracle. But for now, I just wanted to give you guys a quick update about her. But right now, that is it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed and learned a thing or two. If you guys did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, hit that post notification bell button, and subscribe if you haven't. I'm Lord of the Lion. This is Miracle. Keep the blood pumping, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.
You gotta hit that notification, hit that notification, hit that notification button, baby. You gotta hit that notification, hit that notification, hit that notification.